Man, what's up, everybody, man? I'm back at it again, Gonna get started with another video. Today, this video is mostly going to be about, the process of, getting your song mixed and mastered, So, how to get in touch with me, and the process of just, what I do exactly. Because a lot of people a lot of people don't know that mixing is different than mastering, and mastering is different than mixing. It's just usually done all together, mostly at the same time when you're mixing, vice versa and shit like that. But again, I'm not gonna get into real technicals because I'm not a real technical person. I just know what I'm doing, and so let's get to it. First off, again, I'm Ice Cold Goon. I got 15 years of experience. I went to school for it, dropped out. I don't like college. I'm not a college person. I'm not a school person. But I did learn about trial and error, just doing shit, just mixing, learning every day, making music, training the years. But yeah, man, I know a little thing about mixing and mastering, making music, production wise, and just the little technical things. Why, your favorite artist sounds good. That. It's not. Some people don't even know that mixing and mastering is a thing. People just think that artists just go to the studio, they record, and it sounds magically amazing. And a lot of people need to understand that it's not the artist that makes it sound so good. Sometimes talent does make it sound good, and talent has to be involved in it. But again, there's a lot of things going on in the background. So yeah, I'm an audio engineer, Austin, Texas. And I've been doing it for a while. I run my own mixing and mastering online business. Pretty much do freelance work. And the best way to get a hold of me is through Instagram, DM, email. All my information is on my Instagram, and all my links are on my Instagram, so you can access my beats, my portfolio, examples, live streams that I do on Instagram. Sometimes I'll be dropping drum kits, themes, just different things, all over the place. But I mostly focus on mixing and mastering, and I dedicate my time to that. So yeah, Instagram is the best way. And again, it's just a little preview of what I got in here. Just beats, live streams of me mixing, and But yeah, anytime you need to, want to talk about, you want to submit a song, or you want to get into learning more about mixing and mastering and what route you should go, or just learn about tricks and tips about recording and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the way you get a hold of me. And the best way, once we already you already learned. If you haven't learned how to export your stems, then I'll make a video on that. Exporting stems it's more tricky because you gotta realize that not everybody uses the same DAW digital audio workstation. Just call it programs or software. People use Pro Tools, people use Ableton, people use Cubase, people use Pro Tools, FL Studio, Logic, Reaper. What else is Mixcraft, Odyssey. What was that Sony one? Final Cut? No, it's not Final Cut Pro. Some other one, but I don't know. There's a lot of shit. You can record now with BandLab. I just made a video on BandLab. That's getting popular. A lot of rappers are actually popping off of just their iPhone. So yeah. Anyways. But once you already know how to export your stems, and you already know you got contact with me, and you decided to send over the stems, usually WeTransfer is going to be the way to go. Ignore the ads, fuck the ads. But yeah, Just upload. Usually sessions won't be that big. Again, it have to be a zip file. Um, Sometimes when you export, the folder might be really big, and I might not let you drag it in. You might have to, compress it and put it in a zip file. But again, I will get more technical later on with these tutorials on like specific DAWs, so y'all know what exactly I'm talking about. But yeah. So now that I got the files, let me get my dog JE. We're gonna use that as an example. So like let's say JE actually pull up the session. Right here. Boom, someone will send me this. Like a Dropbox link or a WeTransfer link or something, and boom, it will be the files, and I'll just download them. Sometimes they'll come through my email, just right, like a Google Drive or something. Anything that I can get the files from and download them. And look, I love my dog JE, because every single time he goes get recorded, goes to the studio, goes and gets his music recorded. He has professional audio engineers or whoever he's working with. They're doing their job and they're labeling everything nice and neat. That's, my gosh, that's the best thing you probably could do. So I know exactly what I'm about to listen to. It's like doubles one, beat, lead vocal one, and I could just have it. Because if you go back to my FL Studio setup, I have everything already set up properly, so I could just drag in and just start working super fast. Like, again, one thing about audio engineers is that we fucking hate doing the same thing over and over again, and fucking just wasting time. Like, we gotta be efficient and always just moving quick. Because again, time is money, and again, it's like a lot of these artists don't understand. They're paying time, man. They're paying hourly just to get this shit done. But you don't pay hourly with me, man, because I'm a flat rate guy. One single charge. But yeah, once you get them downloaded, I'll put them in here. We got the stems. I gotta go in here. There's all these plugins you can figure out. Just find I know the auto tune right now does it by itself. You get to just get the tempo, and the key of the beat and all that stuff. And you get that. Or you just go to tunebad.com where you get the key of the beat, the tempo, boom, 82. And we just go in here, make sure the tempo is at 82. Boom. And we're good to go. Drop them all right here. Make sure I can hear my audio. There you go. That should be able to hear my audio, right? Yeah. Alrighty.
Oh, you see I'm right back on it. Ain't no reason I should stop. Niggas knowing just what time it is and I don't own a watch. They can look but don't watch.
But yeah, that's basically what we're doing right now. We're basically just trying to figure out what we got. He has his road mix here. So I have an idea what he's working with. I always keep that in the session just so I can hear it. But yeah, basically it's just, again, it's like once I have the stems, I know what to do. They're labeled properly, then we just drag and drop. Beat goes on my beat channel. Lead vocal goes on lead vocal. Sometimes if they do punch in and punch out certain takes, I know this is the second lead vocal, and you can just tell that they just fit perfectly just by the waves. Empty spaces just fill in. So you see, boom, you got a whole full lead. Put those in one. You know, again, it gets more complicated if you really want to get a good mix and stuff. But a lot of y'all just, you know, y'all if y'all do a good job, you really don't need to do much. You know, we just drag it in and boom, everything's already ready to go. So I can start mixing. You know, got everything in the channel. Everything should be routed to the mixer track. See, and that's where I'll start, you know, doing all the mixing and mastering. Well, just the mixing, you know. We do mixing first. You know, EQ, you know, compress, saturation, add some delay, stuff like that. But yeah, once we get that, we print the track. We get a print, so I route it. You know, make sure we print the track and we get a good mix, and then we split them mono, left and right channels, and then we basically just master at that point. And the way that we master, and let me show y'all, I use the SSL Fusion. If y'all can see that, yeah, SSL Fusion. Boom, there you go. And the Pro VLA2. That's just like a routing. It doesn't really do anything. I got it on mute just so I can route the SSL to it. But yeah, if y'all know, it's a pretty cool piece of, like, it's a master processor, so like it's just good. It gives it that color, that brightness, that warmth of analog. But yeah, that's what we do when we master. We run the whole 2-track through this, and then yeah, man, we make sure it sounds good for all platforms. You know, make sure the levels are good, and but yeah, that's basically it. You know, usually takes 2 to 3 days, just depending on how much work we got going on. You know, sometimes I do have to pass on the work to my other people that I got under me that, you know, help me out, you know, when I'm stressed out. You know, running an online business, not that easy. But again, hit me up on Instagram. You know, I'm always available. Super easy to fucking just get a hold of. And yeah, man. Doses. Hit me up.